Hey, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to recap Game 6 of the regular season. Astros over the Angels, 4-2. We both got 7 hits today. And the Astros rebound with a win after last night's kind of deflating loss, and they flip it around. We get big hits in the later innings, and we get the win today after coming back down 2-0. So on to the first inning. Let's get right into it. Altuve strikes out to start it. Yuli strikes out. Bregman gets to second on 2 errors committed on the same play, which I don't think I've ever seen that happen. But that's how it was at the end of the day when they scored it, so I'm leaving that in because as of right now, that's accurate. That happens, and then Yordan also strikes out. So Bundy struck out the side of Altuve, Yuli, and Yordan, which is pretty darn impressive to start it. In the bottom half of the first, ground out by Fletcher to Bregman to start it off. So that happened. Shohei Ohtani gets a little dribbler down the right field line that Greinke just can't quite make the play on, so he gets to first on a hit. He then would steal second, and then Mike Trout, who comes up. My God. Mike Trout, man. He's just so impressive. Just destroys it to left center field. And I know it was against us, and if we would have lost by that, I would have been much more sad. But now knowing that we won the game, golly, that's just a pretty home run to watch. If you haven't, that was just a beautiful swing by Trout to put them up 2-0 over the Astros. After that, Pujols flies out to Tucker. There's a single. The pitch in the dirt moves Walsh over to second base. And then Upton flies out to Tucker again. On to the second inning. I was going to say period. Correa pops out. Tucker sends one to right center, and it is gone for a home run. 2-1. We cut it in half. Tucker with a home run almost in like that same area. It was sort of sent in the same direction, almost identically to the one he hit last night in the ninth. And now his lead is cut in half, and then, oh, what's this? Aledmys Diaz, he sends one to left, and it is back-to-back jacks for the Astros. We tied it to a piece in the second. After that, Straw strikes out looking, and Maldonado strikes out. Maldonado struck out 4 out of 4 times today. I'm going to talk about that later on. Bottom half of the second, a strikeout to start it. Stassi flies out. Then a double is allowed to Iglesias, but then Fletcher grounds out to Bregman to end it. After that, in the third, Altuve starts it with a ground out. Yuli strikes out again, and then Bregman strikes out on a pitch that was pretty out of the zone, and he gave it a little bit to Angel Hernandez. I thought he was going to be ejected because Angel Hernandez is not a real man and can't take criticism. And might I just say, good God, the strike zone was atrocious today, and it was bad for both teams. I thought it was a little bit worse for the Astros, but that strike zone was pathetic today, and I don't understand how a person like Angel Hernandez still has a job in baseball. It blows my mind. Bottom half of the third, 1-2-3 go the Angels, but a gorgeous play by Aledmys Diaz to rob Albert Pujols of a hit. That was a great diving catch. In the fourth, Yordan flies out. He was just a little under it, but it was a beautiful swing, and he, just that much lower, and it is just crushed. After that, Correa draws a walk, Tucker flies out, and Diaz strikes out to end the fourth for us. Angels go 1-2-3 again in the bottom of the fourth. In the fifth, Straw draws a walk to lead off, Maldonado strikes out, which was a theme, and Altuve, of all people, grounds into a double play, which kind of surprised me. In the bottom of the fifth, Stassi singles. There's then a strikeout to Iglesias. Fletcher then flies out, and Ohtani grounds out to Greinke, who went over and just picked the ball up and tagged him out himself, which was kind of funny. In the sixth, Yuli flies out Bregman singles. I was going to say Braden. Bregman singles. And then Yordan Alvarez cues one off his bat up the left field line for a double that moves Bregman over to third. Then up comes Correa, who pops out, because of course he does, because at this point I was getting frustrated, right? Then Tucker comes up and he strikes out, because, why not do that? Again, the Astros situational hitting was getting a little sketchy again today. In the bottom half of the sixth, Greinke strikes out Trout, which is just impressive. Pujols then grounds out. I'm leaving it. And then another strikeout to end it for Zach Greinke in the sixth. On to the seventh, where Diaz starts it with a ground out. Cool. Straw then grounds out, and Maldonado strikes out again. That being said, the Maldonado called strike was just awful, and I don't understand how this happens. I don't get it. I don't get how this continues to happen, and just, God, Angel Hernandez is a bad umpire, and it's kind of comical. In the bottom half of the seventh, Upton pops out to Jose Altuve, and it was pretty funny because he kind of, fought for it against Miles Straw in the outfield. Then Iglesias draws a walk, and then Stassi goes into a double play, which was a beautiful play by Altuve. On to the 8th. Altuve grounds out, Yuli strikes out, and Bregman flies out pretty deep to Mike Trout in center. Bottom half of the 8th, Presley comes in, 11-pitch duel with Iglesias, but eventually strikes him out. A ground out by Fletcher. He then singles, and then a ground out to Bregman by Mike Trout. So we move on to the 9th, still tied at 2 apiece. In the 9th, Jordan breaks his bat, but he gets a single going the other way. He had that going the other way. Jordan kind of impressed me again today. Both of his hits actually were the opposite field. So that happens, and then Correa finally does a thing. I've mentioned a couple times that it feels like whenever the Astros get going, Correa doesn't, and whenever Correa gets going, the Astros don't, so they don't help each other. But Correa drives one deep to right field. It is gone for a 2-run shot. 4-2 Astros. They retake the lead. Then Tucker strikes out, Diaz strikes out, Straw singles, and Maldonado strikes out for the 4th time today. Bottom half of the 9th, strikeout of Pujols. 1, 2, 3 strikes. It was a very nice sequence by Ryan Presley. Walsh singles, but then Upton grounds into a double play, and it's over. The Astros win it 4-2. So the pitching lines for today, Greinke went 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk. And Ryan Presley went 2 innings of work, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. My final thoughts for the game, right? I thought Zach Greinke was, again, absolutely fantastic. I have no complaints whatsoever about this game. It started a little dicey with the first inning, the 2-run shot to Mike Trout. But again, Zach Greinke he is really starting to emerge this season as that top ace in the rotation that I was hoping he would be. Even in his older age, I say older age, it's not like, I think he's 36. Not that that's old for like a normal human, but in baseball lingo, that is older. But he's looked great in his 2 starts this year, and he's looked dominant in both of them. After that, Jordan continues to just be raking the start of this season. 2 opposite field hits today. One of them was an extra base hit that moved a runner over to third. Granted, those didn't score. And then, again, his single in the top half of the 9th, he got pitch ran for by Chas McCormick, but that was the run that won the game that was hit in by Correa, so that's a positive. Maldonado, I can say this, I swear, Yordan Alvarez just continues to impress, and he continues to beat up Major League pitching. And again, I know it was a flyout, but he had a gorgeous swing on that flyout, I believe in the 5th inning. He's looking good again this year, and I'm ecstatic about it. Next player I want to talk about, Maldonado. I like Maldonado. I really do. I'm not saying this to be mean or to be a jerk, but I don't think you can keep starting Maldonado. I think you gotta get ready to give this to Jason Castro and make him the starting catcher. At least a couple games, because he went 0 for 4 today with 4 strikeouts. I don't care that the one of them was a bad call by Angel Hernandez. He was still trending in that direction anyway. He's batting 50 this season, so .050. That's just bad. I don't think we can keep allowing him to bat right now, especially with Jason Castro's impressive home run that he had on Sunday. So if I'm Dusty Baker, I'm writing in Castro for the game Thursday against the A's for our home opener. Next player, Kyle Tucker, continues to look pretty darn good. Another home run today, his 3rd of the year. And yeah, we're starting to see the potential in Kyle Tucker that we were hoping to see, because for a few years there in 18 and 19, when he wasn't really doing anything at the major league level, a lot of fans were saying, why don't we just trade Tucker? We need to just trade him and get something for him so we can make a run right now. And some Astros fans, I was one of them, was like, no, we should keep Kyle Tucker for a while because he's going to be very good. And we have, and he's starting to look good and show that promise that we all hope we would get out of him. Final player, it looks like Ryan Presley is back to his good old days, which is exciting. Another very good performance today. I have no complaints about Ryan Presley either. He got the win today, so good for him. And that is it. Now, I want to thank everyone, before I talk about the game Thursday, I want to thank everyone again, because the recap yesterday, even in a loss, guys, even losing, it broke 100. I am just blown away with that. It keeps happening. So I encourage everyone to do it again to this one. And I'm gonna be shameless. I'm gonna say, subscribe, because we're getting close to that 200 mark, and that'd be super exciting, and it's free to do. And if you don't like it down the line, you can just undo it, or not, or just say subscribe forever. What's the difference anyway? But it's insane to me that we just keep hitting the hundreds on these recaps, and that means the world to me. I just bumped the mic a lot. So that's it for the game. Thursday will be the home opener against the Oakland Athletics. It will be at, I believe, 8 o'clock Eastern time, so my time zone, and Christian Javier will get the start. I also want to tease something. I'm going to upload a video tomorrow that doesn't have to do with any of the 3 teams I've talked about on this channel. It is a baseball video, and it's very different, but I'm very excited to do it because I did a lot of research for it. It's about a topic that I'm really excited to talk about, so that should be coming out tomorrow. So, that is all I have to say. I want to thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Astros.